This episode of Bullet Heaven Unboxes was made possible with a copy of the game provided by PlayAsia. We took a look at the Switch version of Earth Atlantis, and it was definitely worth a second look when it came out on PlayStation 4. In this episode of Bullet Heaven Unboxes, we're taking a closer look at the Earth Atlantis Limited Edition from East Asia Soft. When it came down to it, Earth Atlantis was a very modest game when we took a look at it in episode 187 of Bullet Heaven, but despite its mediocre score, we were still on board to see how the PlayStation 4 version fared. As it turns out, the included materials with the limited edition piqued our interest even more than the game itself, so let's take a closer look. The Earth Atlantis Limited Edition is pretty much par for the course in terms of packaging when it comes to East Asia Soft releases. The box is double wrapped, first in a resealable plastic bag, then in a nigh indestructible shrink wrap. Once this wrapping is off though, the first of a few surprises becomes apparent. Instead of a glossy style box, Earth Atlantis is instead housed in a matte finished cardboard with almost a satin feel. It also has added relief with embossed elements as is expected of these releases by now. The front panel of the box prominently features the default submarine in the game with its distinct sketch art style and sepia tones. The words Limited Edition are emblazoned within the bottom half of this panel. We have to say, this is much better than the almost random scene depicted in the game's home icons and even the preliminary box art. The back panel of the box gives players a quick blurb about the game as well as information on what's inside and various bits about the number of players, hard drive space, and so forth. Normal stuff, as expected. The holographic numbered sticker is also found here as well. Opening the box yields another surprise. There is no cardboard tray this time around. Everything stacks nicely into the box with no need for filler or structure. The numbered certificate thanking players is of course present for this limited release, and its number matches the number on the outside of the box. The game case itself almost identically matches the front and rear panels of the main box in terms of design, but features a reversible cover that displays the weird cluttered original version which we're sure never to use. Its disc is just as one would expect, a standard pressed Blu-ray containing the game's data. Unfortunately, there's no manual this time around. That's kind of okay though, because the main meat and potatoes of this particular set is a relatively hefty art book which goes extensively into the design of the game's environments, ships, enemies, and even the sub's pilot. That this pilot was an established character is something we never knew about the game when we reviewed it the first time around. We wish more of this character was brought out with some kind of exposition or flavor text or interaction or anything really. Alas, it was quite the missed opportunity. All of the art pieces in Earth Atlantis are meticulously cataloged in this great compendium, and even has a list of inspirations for everything right alongside each entry. Seeing notes referencing Twinbee and Gradius definitely made me grin a bit. With a scrutinous eye, one can definitely see how these inspirations were implemented into the final designs. The Earth Atlantis Limited Edition won't fix the issues we found in the game, but it does give us more of a feel of what's happening behind the scenes. We definitely still have our complaints, even new ones with revelations of off-the-shelf licensed music rather than original pieces. But we have to admit, this box set is pretty snazzy, and Earth Atlantis is still pretty playable in the end. It's definitely no Deep Blue. The Earth Atlantis Limited Edition is unfortunately out of stock and out of print at PlayAsia, but copies can still be found online at auction for only marginally more than their original $35 price tag. If undersea exploration, shooting, and huge marine beast hunting sound like it might be your jam, Earth Atlantis might just be a title you'll want to check out.